Hey everybody, Nick here, and today I got a video for you that's sort of an unboxing, sort of a discussion, sort of a weird thing that happened, and I want to talk to people about it, right? This is the WE and Civivi Arrakis Mystery Box, but actually before we go any further, I should just let you guys know, this box was sent to me by WE and Civivi. Their PR person reached out and said, hey Nick, we're doing this weird thing, do you want to talk about it? It's kind of interesting. I said, actually, sure, that's kind of cool. And so that's where this is coming from, but as always, I told them I want to talk about the good, the great, the bad, the ugly. Might be a gem, might be junk, still send it along. We have to assume this is the very best quality controlled one of these guys ever, although it is factory sealed, so that's something at least. And I'm doing my best not to let that affect the nature or quality of this unboxing video. Anyways, I digress. Inside this box are two things. One of them is the WE Knives Arrakis. The other is a random Civivi. Now, why would they do this? Well, the Arrakis is a very interesting knife. It was designed by Elijah Isham, also the designer of this guy. This is the Civivi McKenna. But Elijah is a great designer, a very unique designer, and his work goes from relatively practical and straightforward to very, very high concept along the lines of the WE Knives Eschaton. And the Arrakis sort of was, I think, meant to bridge that gap. I'm not saying this because I know for sure, but that's kind of where it ended up. And I rewatched my review of it, and, I had some feedback about the clip in the back corner there. But for me, one of the bigger issues with it was the price. It was a very expensive knife, about $330 at the time, right? And, well, as a result, I think for a lot of people, it might not have jumped to the top of their list, right? It's a weird thing to start with, but it was also a pretty expensive weird thing. And a lot of companies have ended up in situations, I think, where their knives are priced a little bit higher than I think the market would bear. And maybe that's what's gone on here. I don't actually know exactly why they made this particular box, but that feels like a fair inference to me. And there are many ways to deal with that. One is just to reduce the price outright, but another way is to throw in something. And Civivi and WE have tried something, because remember, these are the same company, just the high end and the budget end of things. But they've tried something a little bit different here, which is the mystery box. This is this is one WE Knives Arrakis and then a random Civivi model of some variety here. And so I figured I'd pop it open, see what I have to say, and see what all is inside here. Gonna go on ahead and unbox it using the other Isham design right here. And let's see what we got going on. So inside here is a random bit of foam. That's helpful. A Civivi knife and... oh, so it's boxception here. So we have an Arrakis as well as the random Civivi, which I don't see it yet. Let's go ahead and pop open the Arrakis first. There are many ways that you can respond to pricing that maybe ended up on the high side, and I don't know that I mind this one, right? There's an element of chance. There's an element of loot box to it. I mean, at some level, all the Civivis are going to be about the same, but it's not a terrible thing. Nice. Comes with the cloth and everything. It's not a terrible thing to have that. Oh, this is a neat variant of it. I forgot just how damn weird this knife is. This is bizarre. Oh, Elijah. But anyways, this is just flat out, yeah, this is the Arrakis. With the Isham crest and everything in the back. Interesting piece right here. Like I said in the review, and you can watch my full review of this. This is the rare case when I'm unboxing something after a full review. Doesn't look like they've attended to the clip here, but one thing that they definitely have done is attended to the price, because this whole box together is $291 map, depending on the Arrakis variant, I gather. But that's a substantial price drop before you factor in the other knife that's in the package. So here we got a full-line WE knife. I mean, looks like they just grabbed the box off the shelf and threw it in there. Let's see what the other piece in there is. Let's go on ahead and pop open the, again, covering the label. Pop this guy open using our Arrakis here, and we'll find out what's inside. This actually has a pretty decent chance of being something I've never handled before, just because, well, Civivi makes a lot of knives, but let's go on ahead, pop that open. Nice. And, okay, this has a chance of being something I've never seen before, he says, with one of them 2 feet away. This right here is the Civivi McKenna. We have an Elijah Isham double feature here. This is, unlike the one that I have here, this has a G10 handle here. And let's see here. Does it say the blade steel anywhere on it? Might not. Some of these were 154 cm, some of them... oh, this is D2. Okay. So you've got right here a McKenna, and I kind of like the Isham double feature here. I gather it is completely random. I don't believe that if you buy one of these, you'll get the McKenna too. But this is kind of an interesting tack, right? Because not only have they price dropped the Arrakis a little bit, but they've also added in something else that could be... I don't actually have a strong sense of what these guys are going for at the moment, probably in the $40 or $50 range. So effectively, they've price dropped it further, and they've added a little bit of like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to get. In some cases, you're going to get a really nice little knife. The McKenna here is a really nice little knife. This is one of my very favorite. I mean, like I said, it's actually the Elisham. That's Elijah Isham for short. But it has the Isham design I own. It's one of my very favorites here, and you get a knife that's very, very strange, but with a little bit more incentive structure to get it, right? I don't know how I ultimately feel about this as an idea, right? And I'd love to hear what your thoughts are in the comments down below. At some level, like I said, it's great to have a price drop, and it's great to gamify some, if you're thinking about getting something weird, this way you'll get something else. Well, in this case, also weird, but you'll get something else from Civivi at the same time, and, potentially you could say, I don't know. It's a whole affair, but in many ways it strikes me as kind of a cool approach to deal with the fact that, maybe that got priced a little higher than it would sell well at, and, it gives us something else interesting, and, yeah. So anyways, that's my thought on this. My thought on this is sort of nondescript, but it's kind of a cool idea, right? And I certainly wouldn't mind if more manufacturers saw when they price things a little high and addressed it in ways, whether it's like this specifically, with a bad deal, or just a good old-fashioned price drop. I do love seeing that, as this is the kind of thing that brings down prices, generally speaking, and allows people a little bit more, shall we say, opportunity to take a risk on a very weird knife and potentially get something else to go there too. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down there below, but yeah, this worked out pretty well here. This is a nice little combo here. So anyways, hope this has been interesting to you, and have yourselves just an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.